presenting. So I will now introduce Radhika, and the title of her presentation is From a Food Scientist Toolbox, Developing Processing Strategies to Improve the Performance of Intermediate Wheatgrass. I'm not going to try to say that in food products. So Radhika, if you want to start sharing your screen and let us know how you actually say the scientific name of intermediate wheatgrass.
Thanks, Sarah. I can answer that question in my sleep now. Thinopyrum intermedium. Okay.
And then once again, remember you have 3 minutes. We start the time once you start presenting. And just as a general shout out to the judges, always remember to hit submit. I forget that as well with questionnaires I make.
So hopefully you can see my screen and my video and hear me okay.
You are good to go.
Awesome, thank you. So today I take great pleasure in introducing you all to a novel perennial grain crop called intermediate wheatgrass, popularly known by its trade name Kernza. So I bet you're wondering what's so special about this new crop? How does this new perennial Kernza differ from our good old friend wheat? The answer lies in Kernza's extensive root systems as shown in the figure to the left. In contrast to wheat, which is an annual crop that requires tilling and replanting each year, Kernza, on the other hand, does not need replanting because its massive root systems remain in the soil for many, many years. These long roots help prevent soil and water erosion and act as a channel through which carbon dioxide from the atmosphere is stored back into the soil. So clearly, Kernza has some great environmental benefits. But how do we commercialize this new grain and use it in food products? This is where my food science research comes in. As you can tell, Kernza has a smaller seed size, which means more bran and less endosperm. So one of the functional challenges associated with Kernza flour is its high fiber content from the bran. This fiber competes with gluten-forming proteins for water and hinders the formation of a strong protein network. So how can we reduce this interference? This can be done through a process called tempering that I will be optimizing for Kernza. Tempering is a pre-treatment step that involves adding moisture and incubating the grains at certain time and temperature conditions, followed by milling and then separating the bran to get high-quality refined flour. Data gathered from my experiment showed that tempered refined flours form stronger gluten networks, resulting in more stable dough systems as seen in the dough rheology tests. After developing efficient refining techniques, we are now left with huge amounts of Kernza bran as a byproduct. Is there a way to repurpose this nutrient-dense bran? I say hell yeah. And this is possible through steam explosion, which involves treating bran with high-pressure saturated steam for short times. This can reduce the activity of problematic enzymes in bran and potentially prolong its shelf life, therefore making it easier for you to add Kernza bran in your favorite baking recipes. By optimizing processing techniques such as tempering and developing tailored formulation strategies such as steam explosion, we can expand the food applications for Kernza. And lastly, if you're still wondering why we need to promote perennial crops like Kernza, well, think about it. By 2050, we'll have 10 billion mouths to feed, but the amount of land, water, and natural resources on Earth are limited. Thus, we need crops like Kernza that can sustainably feed the world without destroying the planet. And that is why I believe that the future of agriculture is perennial. Thank you.